Welcome to Kevin's European Garage, and today I'm going to be changing the transmission fluid on my 1999 Porsche 996 911. Myself, like a lot of you, have issues with transmission shifting, especially from first to second gear when this transmission is cold. And some people have said they've gotten rid of it with changing their transmission fluid. I figured why not? I try changing the transmission fluid too, and today I'm going to be using the Motul Gear 300 transmission fluid and a 7590. I've heard that this could possibly work, and I got a good deal on it, so I might as well try. I'm pretty sure that the fluid that I got in my car right now is the Mobil 1 synthetic, and I haven't heard too great of things about that as far as shifting on these cars. So I'll give this a try, and we'll see if this actually helps with my cold shifting. It's one of those things, like when it's cold, it's a little stiff, but when it warms up, it shifts perfectly fine. I don't have any issues at all. So hopefully this will just take care of that coldness, cold shifting for me. It's really important that when you're doing your transmission fluid that you can't jack up just the rear end of the car and drain it out, because you need to do it when the vehicle's level. Okay, you can see we got the car up on the jack stands. I'm underneath. Here is the drain plug for the transmission. So let's drain our fluid out. And let's also open up the fill to help this thing come out a little bit quicker. And that's up on the side over here. All right, well, these things were never torqued properly. This thing is really tight. Don't worry, I'll be giving torque specs. Okay, so the fluid is pretty much drained, and I'll let it deplug. The plug is clean, there's no debris on it or anything like that. So we're gonna put the plug back in. And this gets torqued at 18 foot-pounds. It doesn't seem like it's a lot. So I'm going to just go a little bit more, but not quite like it was on the other one. Alright, I always just wipe everything down just to make sure if there's any leak, I'll be able to tell. Okay, so now for filling. Okay, and to make it easy to fill it, I'm just going to remove this panel over here. This will give us better access, and you'll be able to see better where the fill plug is. Nuts over here, plastic nuts that hold this thing on. So, and out it comes. And now you get a much better view to the transmission where you can see where you can fill it up. So let's get that done. So now with this cover removed, you got plenty of access to see where the fill hole over there. So this thing gets filled up with 2.7 liters, and you fill it up right to the bottom of the fill line, or the fill plug over there, according to the manual. Conveniently, the Motul comes with these little spouts built right into the container. I'll start filling up. Let's see if we can actually get it up in there. It fits. We might have to pump a portion of it though. Yeah, you just can't get enough. So I'll have to pump it in. So here's my little handy little pump. Okay, so this is my 3rd liter, and now I'm getting close down to the bottom over here. So it takes 2.7 liters. So I'm right now really close to 2.7, but the other two didn't really take out 100% of it, so it's going to be a little bit more. So eventually I'm going to start to see oil just starting to drip out from over here. That means I know I've filled it up enough, and then after that I'll just let the rest of it drip out. Alright, so it looks like I filled it up enough. I'm just going to let the stuff drip out. We can pull this thing out and we'll see. Yep. So yep, it's full, just enough. I'm just going to put a little bit more in there just to make sure. Make sure I have enough in there. Sometimes what I like to do is I'll just hold my finger over the fill hole
just to kind of let it settle inside there. And also while you're doing this, again, you just gotta make sure that the the transmission is level. So that should be sufficient time to let it settle. Let's see if any stuff comes out. Yep, there we go. So I'm just gonna let that drain out. Once that stops, with the plug in, and again, this is 18 foot-pounds on that plug. Okay, I would say that it's sufficiently done dripping out. It's just got a little bit of a drip right now, so we're just gonna finish this up. Put the plug in. So this thing gets torqued to 18 foot-pounds. I think it's a little light. I'm gonna go a little bit more than that, but not much more. All right, let's clean it off. And that's it. That's how to change the transmission fluid. But what we're also going to do is I'm going to put in a urethane mount over here. I have the insert from Powerflex. So since I'm up here doing the transmission service, I might as well do this. So here is the Powerflex bushings. These are just inserts. So they go right inside your current mount. So it makes it easy because the one that's in the transmission, you get it in and out, you got to press it. And I think someone makes a tool for it. So you can do it on the car, but it's like $300. So I don't think it's really worth it. So I'm going to try this instead and see how that makes the transmission feel. Maybe it makes the shifting a little bit more positive so because the transmission is not moving around as much. We'll see. Okay, so now I've pulled off this cover over here, and that thing was only held on by a couple 10mm nuts that held it on there. So you just drop it down and slide it right out of the way. This is the cover. And it gives us complete access to the transmission mount. So this thing has got 4 bolts over here that hold this bottom part to the body. And then there's still a couple parts that hold it up above it. So this thing is held onto the body with 6 different nuts. So we'll start taking these off slowly. Make sure that the transmission is properly supported. I do have it supported. And let's take these off slowly to make sure nothing bad happens. So now next we have this cross support. This is actually what's holding the transmission up right now. So this is just like a plate attaches over here, so it should drop down. So this gives us access to the mount. So right now I'm going to slowly just start loosening these up. Like I said, I do have the transmission. It is supported, but I just want to make sure. All right, good. Transmission support is pretty good up there. Now look at that, just stuck came out. Both of them did. You got these 2 bolts over here. This should allow the mount to come out. Alright, put these out. So look how this mount looks. Doesn't look too bad. I don't think it really has any major tearing on it. And like I said, I don't really want to go and change it. So like I said, tools it's a lot of money. So we're gonna try the insert. I think the inserts will just go in right and fine. We'll be able to put this thing back up. This goes forward like this. This one goes on this side. You have to see, put some lubricant on there, get it through. It didn't come with any. Yeah, I'm gonna get some lubricant, put it on there. It's a little white lithium grease. Helps speed up the process. Bottom fits in nice with this guy. Maybe tap the top with a little light hammer. That might be about it. Let's try the other side. right, well that looks to be about it. It's gonna be tight getting it up there, but give it a shot. Go. All right, so now the mount is in over here. Just fits a little tight over there, but I think it should be all set. These take place of these. So now it's just time to look at the torque specs and torque this thing back and go take it for test drive. All right, luckily enough, every single bolt here gets torqued to 48 foot-pounds, so that's nice and easy. So after taking it for a test drive, I can definitely tell you do feel a little bit more vibration now with the transmission mount. That was to be expected. It's not bad though. It's not really, it's not too obnoxious or anything. You can definitely drive around normal and be fine. I would imagine that within combination of doing semi-solid mounts might be a little too much. So I think my little mod with the factory mounts in this, I think that's pretty much about is most vibration I want to have in the car, nothing more than this. And then for the Motul, you know something, I immediately noticed a difference from first to second gear. It was, you know, very apparent that it's a lot easier to get in first to second gear. You know, downshifted into second. It's definitely a lot easier. So Motul, their Gear 300, I definitely would recommend it if you're having problems. It definitely helped for me. Maybe there's something that's better out there than the Motul. Maybe I'll try to give that. I've heard of some other Mobil that you can only get from Europe and I guess from Suncoast Porsche. So I guess one day maybe I'll try that to see how that goes. For right now, I'm definitely happy with the Motul, and maybe it'll start getting better as the stuff circulates through after a little bit longer. So you know, I'll see how that goes. Also, another thing to note is that throttle response definitely increased. It's, you know, now it feels more immediate when you hit it. With the mount moving around a little bit, it definitely had I guess it definitely felt like there was a little bit of play before you got. And now it's pretty immediate when you hit it. It's pretty apparent that you're hitting the throttle and you don't feel any play in it. It feels like the engine's a little bit more tighter back there. So all in all, I think this is a pretty good mod. So thanks for watching Kevin's European Garage, and I'll have more videos coming up in the future. Please like and subscribe this one, and we'll see you soon. Thanks.